we are now opening up the chat for questions and answers. So please stick with us. And if you have any questions for these esteemed panelists who have poured so much into us today, please, now's the time. Put your questions in the chat, and the lovely Janicia Lachey will take over and read out the questions for the panelists to answer. Janicia, welcome to the stage.
Welcome, welcome. Good afternoon, everyone. I am so glad to be here today. I am so glad. This summit was amazing. How you guys feeling today? Can I get some emojis in the chat of how these speakers made you feel this morning? Because I'm telling you guys right now, my hands are sweaty. My heart is beating fast. Today was a revelation for me. It was amazing, amazing. And I am so honored to be on this platform. So I'm just gonna go ahead and get right into the questions. Yes, inspire, encourage. Yes, I'm loving it. I am loving it. I definitely feel inspired today. Let's see. I had a question in the chat for Maynard from John asking, what does the H in hope stand for? I believe he missed that. So Maynard, if you just want to go over what you feel that the H stood for in hope, please.
You know, the H in hope, I spelled out the UCAN, but for me, you know, H is, it encompasses, even though H for hope, H is hope. I mean, it encompasses anything that else I can say personally, because you have hope when you go through things in life and you look back and you see how far you've come, when you can actually measure, because sometimes we just don't count our own blessings. We don't look at, you know, things go by so fast that you don't get an opportunity to say, well, how far have I really come? And that breeds hope when those dark days come. Is sometimes that rearview mirror is there for a reason. It's not to get stuck there, because you still have to look forward to where you're going, but you can glance up there and just look at all of those different trials and tribulations. And I speak for myself, because I shouldn't be here probably a dozen times, but I am. So as cheesy as it may sound for me, the letter H for hope, it encompasses exactly what it's saying. It's hope. Now, I'm not sure who actually broke down that acronym, but that's what it speaks for me.
I totally agree. And I love that. I am not sure of who wrote down that acronym neither, but that's what I was thinking. The H for me stood for hope. And right now, I feel like another question, and I'll be the first one to go ahead. John wanted to know if each of the guardians can tell us or tell the audience what makes their heart sing. And I'll go first. And Maynard, if you want to follow, that'll be great. But the H definitely stood for hope for me. Like, that's what I am wanting to do. I am wanting to spread hope to others. I have dealt with so many things, you guys, as all of us, as we are dealing with every day. And I'm telling you, it is days that I have not wanted to get out the bed, didn't want to open my eyes. I didn't know my purpose, so I didn't even care to seek my purpose. Like, it's days that I just did not have hope, and I had to, on a daily, find what inspired me. So what I feel like I want to do is inspire people to have hope, to believe. This whole summit today gave me hope, gave me purpose, made me feel valuable, made me feel like that I had more in me that I had been seeing. So I feel very grateful to have been a part of this summit, to have listened to these speakers, I actually feel like a guardian of hope. I do. I feel like that I was put on this earth to inspire, to impact, and to give hope. All my life, my voice has been muted. Y'all, all my life, every time I started to speak up, it was others who made me feel like what I was saying wasn't important enough, or that it didn't have value. So all my life, I grew up feeling like my voice didn't have value, y'all. And as I grow more into my purpose, I realized why I was being muted. I realized why no one wanted me to speak on the domestic violence or the verbal abuse that I went through. I've always was muted because I always was told that, we get made fun of, for the things that we go through. Oh, they're going to laugh at you. Oh, people are going to look down at you. Oh, you're less than. This is the fear that I've held on to all my life, y'all, until one day I decided to let it go. I am telling you, and I'm being very honest and transparent right now, it's not that the fear doesn't creep in daily. It's not that I'm not being challenged or I'm not going through storms. We are all going through storms. I'm going through a storm as we speak. The enemy tries to attack you, try to attack your mental. It'll try to attack your family, try to attack the people closest to you. So what I've learned to do to build like a protection for me, I stay in prayer, I have faith, and I keep on pushing. Every day I don't feel like getting out of bed, you guys, I push myself out of bed. I remember my why. The biggest why is my children, but not only my children, it's these other people, others in the world whose voices are muted. So I'll just leave in closing. I'm not trying to hold you guys too long, but I just want to say right now, me being a guardian of the hope and just wanted to give you guys a little bit of hope and a little bit of light, the best thing that I can tell you to do is do not mute your voice. Don't be ashamed of what you've been through. What we've been through got us where we are. And no, you probably not where you want to be, but you are farther than you were. Do not give up on you. If God woke you up today, or whatever you believe in, the energy, whatever you believe woke you up today, that is letting you know that you still have a purpose. Please do not mute your voice, and please do not give up on you. I believe in you. I haven't even met you, and I can tell you that I believe in you and I love you and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. We all are special. We all are special. And that's one thing that I wasn't taught growing up. I wasn't taught that we all were special. It was always someone who was better than someone, or someone who had things that others didn't. I was never taught to look at everyone equally. So if I could tell you anything right now, quit judging others. We do not know what others are going through. Try to look at everyone with an ounce of kindness. My whole purpose on this earth is to see who I can serve, how I can serve, and how I can make an impact. I used to always think, because this is how I was raised, that money was the answer to everything. In order for me to be or make a name for myself, I needed to have money. You guys, I want to let you know right now that that money will come. Start seeking to serve and help others and impact others, and the money will come. So my name is Janicia Lachey, and I am a guardian of hope. And I just wanted to give you a little bit of hope today, just to believe in yourself and believe in your voice. Y'all have a great day today.
Janicia, and thank you for that. And what makes my heart sing is love. It's you, Janicia, it's you, Barbara, it's you, Serge, it's you that's watching this. What makes my heart sing is that we all have a story, and we matter, and those stories matter. We are spiritual beings that's in this body, but we're all connected, and we all go through different trials, tribulations, challenges. But when you realize the importance of your journey, and just by speaking, you can speak life into somebody. Just by speaking, when you come from your heart, that's that love, because love is the greatest thing in this world. And what really makes my heart sing is that I can just open up and just be vulnerable, but I can touch somebody, can give me a call and say, you saved my life. I was getting ready to take my life. You just never know. But what makes my heart sing is that you matter. I matter. My story matters. Your story matters. The collectiveness of all of this. Look at who we're drawing here. People are listening today. We find our tribe. That's what makes my heart sing. And I'm going to keep singing it till I can't sing no more. I'm going to pass it over to LeRon.
Well, all right. Oh man, brother, I don't know why you put it on me like that, because you spoke some things right there, my brother. What I love it. What what makes my heart sing is transforming the lives of others. Like, I care so much about you. I care so much about people finding themselves, to be able to encourage, to motivate. My life is motivation. I don't just motivate when I get on camera. I motivate as I go through life, and to just to be able to be a vessel of change. So know that there are people out there, they just need to hear someone tell them that they can, that they have it within themselves, to give people direction, to be a vessel of change, to know that my voice matters. That's what really gives me my heart sing. To know that when I speak, transformation begins to happen in you. That you begin to shift your life, to believe that you have something special, that you really do have greatness within you. And that's what really gets me going and flowing every day. When I wake up, I know that I found my purpose, and there's someone out there looking to find themselves. There's someone out there who just needs a little motivation to get over the humps in life, because someone told them more about their limitations than their possibilities. Many people tell us about our limitations versus our possibilities. And I'm here, and it gives my heart joy and help my heart sing to tell you, no, the only limitation that we have are the limitations we put on our own minds. Come on. The only limitations that we have is the limitation that we put on our own minds. And sometimes that's what we need to hear. See, I didn't hear a lot of people encouraging me that I can. I didn't hear that. No, I heard people tell me about the limitations that they had on themselves. And I had to realize, listen, they're not telling you that they don't believe in you because they really don't believe in you, but they don't believe in themselves. So how can they believe in someone else if they don't believe in themselves? So to be able to separate my mind, to be able to go through life and realize that negativity is the norm. Negativity is what most people are. And to be able to separate myself from the negativity and say, you know what? I'm choosing to believe that I am greater than the limitations that people put on me, and I will speak and use my voice to help you see that you are the same. That's what gets my heart to sing, to make a change and a difference in your life. I'm passing to the next speaker, Brother Anthony King.
Well, thank you. I'm just so filled right now. I'm very rarely lost for words, but I'm reading through the chat. I'm seeing how many people were inspired. God was all up in this today, and continues to be all up in this today. You know, my signature phrase is, it's really good to see you. And I think that goes for all of us. My it's really good to see you moment is my eyesight. Just one of my stories is my eyesight. But each one of us have an it's really good to see you moment. That one moment in your life where things could have gone a different way and you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be here. We can all reflect. Just close your eyes and think about that one moment where it could have gone a different way, but if not for God's grace, we are here. And we owe. And we are paying our rent for our space on this planet right now by putting on a summit like this. We have got to continue to pay our rent on time. We have to. Because service to others is not just the rent you pay for your room on this planet. Service to others is the rent you pay for the grace that has been granted. So we have to pay that grace forward, and we have to give. And as Janicia said, the money and the things will come. But if you do things from a position of service, if your intent is to give instead of to receive, you will always be blessed. You will always be blessed. And I believe that everyone who was on this Zoom summit today, the UCAN summit, has been blessed. So now it's our time to take all this, pack it up, and go and give it to somebody else. That's what we need to do. It doesn't stop here. It doesn't stop here. This is just the beginning. We need to keep on going. I love you all. I thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of this. And I'm just going to pass it on to whoever wants to speak next.
So I have a couple of more questions that I did notice in the chat. Please forgive me if I miss anyone's questions. But it was some questions specifically to Udine, Marvina, and Dr. Laverne. So as I ask this question on their behalf, I would also like them to also advise what makes their heart sing. So we can start out with you, Udine, if you don't mind. The question was, why do you think your voice is needed? Why do you think your voice is needed?
Okay, thanks for the question, first of all, for who posed it. I believe my voice is needed because I firmly believe that I am not the only person in this world that has gone through what I am going through or what I've went through previously. I also believe that there are a lot of people out there that need to hear what I have to say because we have similar experiences. And because of that, my message is very valid. So that is the reason why I believe that my voice is needed. Because if I don't bring the message that was given to me inside of me by God, then I leave those people helpless. And I don't do what God has placed me on this earth to do. So that's my answer to that question. With regards to your second question, and if you would permit me, it had a third question in the Q&A from Sean White, I believe it was. And I wanted to answer that live. So if it's okay, I would just answer that quickly as well. But firstly, what makes my heart sing is inspiring others. Since I've known myself as a child growing up, I've always wanted to inspire others. And I've always felt that we have the potential inside of us to do whatever it is that we need to do. I don't know where that came from. Clearly it's from God, but I've always had that inner sense, that inner feeling that I needed to help other people progress in life. However that looked, however that was supposed to happen, that's what I was supposed to do. Hence the reason why anytime someone comes to me, whether it's friends, family, whatever the case may be, and they come, they confide, I would help them out. I would ensure that, I would tell them, you have that potential inside of you. You can do maybe this, this, and that. And when I see things work out for them, I feel great. I feel great because I know I assisted, I helped you to do something good with your life. So that's what makes my heart sing. And to answer Sean White's question, it was somewhere along the lines of the first sort of question. He asks, what do you do when, I think I'm paraphrasing here, so forgive me if I get it wrong, but what do you do when you feel that the market is saturated with the same messages, right? How, and you think that your message, what you have to say, your story isn't important. First of all, I want to say that your story is important. It does matter. It is meant to be heard. And whether or not the market keeps saying the same thing, believe in yourself, don't give up, push forward, that isn't the essence. What is the essence right now for you is to realize that there are souls out there that needs to hear what you have to say. What I have to say, yes, it will be the same thing, but they're not going to hear it from my voice. Their ears won't be in tune to what I have to say from my voice because their ears are supposed to be in tune to your voice. So if you have a message that your voice could only bring, ensure that you bring that message. You know why? Because if you don't bring that message, the souls that were supposed to hear your voice only, they're not going to hear it. So don't think about the fact that this market is saturated with the same repeated message. The message, yes, may be repeated, but the story is so much different. Just remember that, Sean. So thank you very much. I hope I answered all the questions and I will pass it on to the next speaker, which I believe is Marvina.
I'll answer the first question about what makes my heart sing. My heart sings because I have so much love to give. I'm just loving, just naturally. And so I feel so blessed to be able to share the love, even with complete strangers. As I've shared a little bit earlier, I was born into pain. And as I continued to live, there was continued physical, mental, emotional pain. And I just don't like to see people suffering. So I want to share words of encouragement to others to let them know no matter what state you're in, no matter what you're going through, I am a witness because I thought there was a time in my life that things would never get better. But I found out they do. You just got to keep believing. You just got to keep moving. You just got to take those continued small steps to keep you moving in the right direction. So my heart sings when I hear people tell me, you inspire me, because that's my goal. And once I hear that, I know I've accomplished my goals and it feels wonderful. So that's what makes my heart sing. And then I see I had two questions. One is by Joe Evans. She asked me, how can she connect with We Win Community? We Win stands for Women Empower Women in Need. And I have platforms on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. This is a platform I chose to start because I went to get certified as a domestic violence advocate for women who were stuck in domestic violence situations. And so this is where I was hoping to also to continue encouraging women who had nowhere to go. I used to also volunteer on a crises hotline. And some of the things I heard just broke my heart. And so I said, Lord, I need you to tell me what little thing, whatever it is I need to do to help some of these women believe that it gets better. And that's how We Win Queendom got started. So you can look it up on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. And I'm trying to think of anything else. Clubhouse. I'm on Clubhouse under We Win Queendom. And then John Reynolds wants to know, oh, how you can purchase my book. Thank you, John. My website is marvinasims.com. I'm also on amazon.com and I'm on Barnes and Noble. So my books that I have, Brittle Never Broken, the one that I spoke on earlier, that's my memoir. So I start my story about my life prior to my birth because I have, my mom passed away in 2016. I had a mom who was suffering with paranoid schizophrenic manic depression. And I was being conceived inside of her when she attempted at one of her attempts at suicide. Let me put it that way. And so now this is why I'm encouraged to be with the Guardians of Hope, because that was one of our beginning missions. And we have so many missions to help people, but suicide prevention is also another thing. And in the back of my books, when you do go to purchase a book, I have several of them. There's 5 of them. I have resources at the back of the book for people with mental illness. Forgive the trigger words if you've been raped, if you've been in domestic violence. So there are several resources in my books to help people because I'm always trying to figure out a way, what else can I do? What else can I do to spread the love? Thank you so much for asking the question. Feeling so blessed to be here. God bless you all. Enjoy the rest of this beautiful, blessed new day.
Yes, yes, yes. God bless you. God bless you, sister. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Wow. Today has been so amazing. Wow. Marilyn, if you are ready to come on up here and just, let us know what makes your heart sing. We would love to hear from you as well, Queen.
Yes, well, today is making my heart sing. Being amongst all of you is making my heart sing. And when someone comes up to me and says, Miss Marilyn, you changed my life. Miss Marilyn, I learned to love myself again. Thank you. And not too long ago, I had someone say, she came to see me for a session. She was crying so much. I spent about a couple of hours with her. And when we finished, she said, I was ready to check out. She was ready to give up on life. And I cried and we hugged, and that makes my heart sing to see someone that does not give up, that transforms their lives, that knows that they can create a new life, a brand new life, and that they have that gift. That makes my heart sing. When I say unity and harmony, the way we are now, that makes my heart sing, because we are returning to who we truly are, which is love. And now I want to answer a question that was asked, Marilyn, how do you love everyone? I remember one of my students saying, that's impossible, I can't love everyone. And as she continued to work on herself and learning to love herself and fill herself with love and live from those 5 principles that I spoke about, you do learn to love everyone. And yes, we are going to have, she said, even your enemies. So if you feel that someone is an enemy, or if you feel that they're not giving love toward you, you do not feed into that energy of being the opposite of love. Because this universe and this world really only knows love. And that's the absence of love, which is what we are missing in this world. So if you make the decision to love yourself every single day, to love life and love those around you, start with that. Start with loving yourself and those around you. And as you increase this love and you increase this vibration, I promise you that you will learn to walk into a room full of love, and they will feel your love. And you can say, and I can say to all of you, I love all of you. And I don't know all of you, but I love you. I love you. And it's a process. And I just want to mention also, one of the principles I said was let go of anger. And it does not mean that I never get angry. I'm not asking you to never be angry, because that's an emotion and you have to feel your emotions. But what I'm saying is not to hold on to that anger. Because when you have these emotions, there are chemicals that are being released in your body and in your brain. And when you fill yourself with the energy of love, you can actually heal. And it is scientifically proven. And before I wrap it up, I just want you to look up Dr. Emoto, the author of Hidden Messages in Water. We're made up of mainly water. And he did a scientific research. And he took water, frozen water, and they had thoughts of love, words of love. And it turned into beautiful, beautiful crystals that look like snowflakes. So just think about what the words do to yourself and to others when you use words of vibration, high vibration, vibration of love. Because when he exposed the water to words that were the opposite of love, they became really deformed, and you can see the pictures if you look up Dr. Emoto, Hidden Messages of Water. So I want to encourage you to tell yourself every single day, I love you, love those around you, and don't feed into that energy that's the opposite of love, because then that's what you're vibrating, and that's what's vibrating into the planet right now. Love you.
That is amazing, amazing, amazing. Before I bring the next guardian of hope up, Miss Marilyn, I just want to say to you, your words you just said, I thought I was the only one to feel like that. I have been asked numerous times, how can you love someone who has hurt you? Or how can you show love to others who don't give you that same type of energy back? I am one that believes that love is the answer to everything. It's no way around it. Love is the answer to everything. And I believe the great MLK said that, you know, love is greater than hate. You got to know that. So I believe wholeheartedly everything that you said. And no matter what we have went through, no matter what emotions one is dealing with, if you put love in front of everything, I'm telling you, everything's going to be all right. Everything is going to work itself out. if we share a little bit of more love, I feel like this world would be way better if everyone just gave a little bit of more love and kindness. So thank you so much, Miss Marilyn, for those words. Next, I want to bring up the great Dr. Laverne. Please let us know what makes your heart sing.
Thank you, Janicia, for that lovely story, and also for even talking about MLK, because that actually connects to my story.
Wow.
And I had the privilege of being alive when Dr. Martin Luther King was alive. And the unfortunate thing was, I was also alive when he got shot. That moment impacted my life forever. And that's when I began on my journey to be a servant and a servant leader. And so what makes my heart sing is to be able not just to make a difference, but to make the difference. And everywhere I show up, I want to make the difference. And it may look different to some people, but I'm on a mission. I'm going to make the difference between good and mediocre and great. And, you know, that started from a very young age, just wanting to make the difference in somebody's life. And then it moved on to making a difference in my classroom. And then it moved on to making a difference in my church, as I've served a church for 25 years as a pastor. And then it made the difference between making a difference in my community. And we had started, this was a very impoverished community. We started programs, youth development programs, and we got a grant to run a reading program from the mayor. We had a meeting in the mayor's office, and they were making these like high demands on us as these grassroots organizations. And I'm like, excuse me, what you're asking for, your data science people need to be doing, you shouldn't put that on us. And everybody went, whoa, this is in a boardroom in downtown Philadelphia. I've been doing this a long time. And the mayor stood up and said, y'all need to listen to that lady, because she's saying what other people are thinking. And that has been my mission and my ministry for the rest of my life. And even now, I'm brought in by government leaders and officials to help with programming and community information, passing out information, and also encouraging the world. I've traveled onto 5 continents doing exactly what I'm doing. And I love the fact that I can make a difference. And one last thing to answer the question about why is my voice needed? I tell my story about my devastating divorce and losing everything and being in homelessness and poverty, because people look at me and when I tell them that story, they're like, I couldn't imagine that would happen to you. My dear friend, brother Randall said, you don't even know what you know, being in pain is. And the reason why I tell my story is because I asked God one day, why? Why do I have to go through all of these things? This doesn't even make sense for one person. And God spoke back to me and said, because I want you to show them how you can overcome. Thank you for the opportunity to share. And thank you for the question.
Wow, you are so amazing. That was so amazing. I just want to piggyback on 2 things that you said. First of all, you just naming the things that you have been through. Have you guys ever heard the saying, thank God we don't look like what we've been through? Girl, I could not tell that you have been through a day, a week, a month of heartbreak, let alone a divorce. So I'm just grateful for your voice, and I'm grateful that you are here with us today, Dr. Laverne, to share your story. That's so amazing. I had no idea you endured those things. And you said
Can I just say
else.
something real quick about the divorce? And that's why I mentioned it.
Of course, yes.
Almost
yes,
70% of marriages end in divorce.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody knows that situation, but everybody doesn't know how to get out of it. or that life is possible. And that's why I say that, because I know I was there. Like, I felt like my life had ended after 25 years of being with the same person, and that was over. I felt like my life was over, and I want to say it's not. It's just beginning.
Mm. Oh, I just want to piggyback on that once more because you got my heart racing. I was speaking on Instagram. I was going live a few months ago and trying to tell my story. And sometimes I shift the stories that I tell just so people can get to know me more and so I can, reach to different audience. When I started talking about my divorce, I noticed that there was a place I had not healed from. And I had a very dear friend of mine I never met, but he was just one who used to get on my lives. And he said, I never even knew you went through that. He was like, your story's so powerful, but I feel like you need to tell it from a place of being healed. So I've never talked about my divorce again because I felt like it wasn't a place of being healed. You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling people that I've been through this situation that, broke me down. And though I am climbing up out of that, I wasn't able to share a part of the story that I made it through, so I left people living in that dark space like, wow, she went through that. So I really do appreciate the voices of people like you, Dr. Laverne, who have made it through and can share with us. Because one day I would love to tell my story of, how my divorce put me in a position that I'm in now and only made me stronger, but I'm just not quite there yet. So
not that far away either. I can tell you that right now. Not that far
Thank
away.
you so much. And what it's just so powerful, you saying that when we going through it, I was the one that always like, Lord, hit after hit after hit. Like, it's no way that there's a reason that I should be going through this, but it's a reason for all of our pain. All of our pain teaches a lesson. So once again, I am just grateful for people like you. I'm grateful for this platform. I'm grateful for people who are not afraid anymore to speak up and share their story. Because of people like you, I know, because of women like you, I know that there's life after a divorce. I know. I was just telling them I was ashamed I don't even use my last name on platforms anymore because I was married. And then all of a sudden it just ended in tragedy. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want people to know that I transitioned from this wife to back to this single mother. So I just really want to say that I appreciate your word, your story. You guys, please, if you can, purchase the course, go to guardiansofhope.net and just listen to what these powerful speakers have to say. I'm just so inspired after today. And before I bring on our next speaker, I also want to say I always wanted to make a change. And Dr. Laverne, you spoke of being the change, being the difference. So I guess I've always scaled myself small because I'm like, I just want to change one person, inspire one person, give one person hope. I just wanted to reach one person. Man was always one. If I could just reach one person. But you sitting here and saying be the change, not just a change, but the change, that's amazing. So again, I just want to give you your flowers. Thank you so much. I love, love, love your responses. Thank you so much. Now I just want to bring on Miss Virginia Hall. If you just want to come on here and just let us know what makes your heart sing.
Well, what makes my heart sing is I always talk about the acronym for basic instructions before leaving earth. And that's the acronym for the Bible. And I love the word of God. And God is love because God gave his son. He gave his son to us. And I'm grateful for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believeth shall not perish, but have everlasting life. So we're going to transition from this journey that we are on, and we're going to go into eternity at some point. So it's a blessing to know that while we're on this journey here that we're just passing through, that one day we'll meet our maker and that he'll be able to say, well done, my good and faithful servant. So we just need to stay the course and know our purpose, the gift that he has given us, and that we move and strive and thrive to achieve every gift that's placed inside of us. And I love the fact that I love being an encourager, and inside an encourager is courage. Because a lot of us, we get fearful. Sometimes I'll speak and I'll be shaking in my boots and don't even have any boots on. So just to have that courage, and you can inspire others and encourage others to move forward, even if you're afraid. False evidence appearing real is that fear, but you face everything and rise, and you stand up when those will just sit down, because you're planted. You're planted to be here right now at this moment, and those under the sound of your voice will hear you. Your tribe will hear you, and they'll be grateful. And some plant, some water, but God gives the increase. So that's my story. And what makes my heart sing is basic instructions before leaving earth.
Yes, yes. Amen, Virginia. Amen. You know what? Before I wrap up the question and answers, because you will be my last speaker, someone did just ask a question, Miss Joe Evans, and it's something that I wanted to ask you as well. After where you just recently experienced a significant loss, how did you find the strength to keep pressing towards your dream, Miss Virginia? How did you find that courage? How did you find that voice? How did you not just shut down, give up?
Wow, it was tough. I tell you, it's powerful when you realize that you have a loving family and friends and people that you have just met. They were constantly calling, and they were constantly saying, especially Dr. Laverne Adams, "How are you?" Just a text message. Every day somebody would text me and say, "How are you feeling? How you're holding up?" And I felt like I had to lighten my load a little bit because I was stretched thin. This month so much had happened. I had, took a full-time course. I was preparing for the summit, and then my brother passed, and I had to travel to Pennsylvania from Maryland twice, like within 1 week, go and plan for it, and then go back and prepare for it, and then actually go through the service, and it just was taxing. But God is my strength, and that word is an encourager. And you have to become, like Laverne said, you have to be it. You can't just talk about it. You have to be it. So being and becoming, that next phase of your life, and standing in the promises of the Lord, he gives you that strength. The strength comes from him.
Amen, amen, amen. Thank you so much. You have said a whole mouthful. And if I could say anything today, I believe that the strength does come from him, and it does come from the word. The fact that you just keep the Bible in front of you. Like, I love it. Basic instructions before leaving the earth. The word is how I keep going every day. His word, his promise, that keeps me going every day. And I can tell anyone, I'm dealing with it with my family members who, don't believe and don't have hope and don't see the next day. You have to believe in something. Believe in yourself, believe in that word, and everything else will come. So thank you so much, Miss Virginia, for not giving up on us. You could have not came to this summit today because of the things that you were dealing with, but you kept your word to us. You kept your word to others out there. You kept your voice. You didn't allow your current situation to paralyze you, but you kept on moving. And that's what we want to encourage everyone today, everyone, to keep on moving. Do not give up. Life is going to knock you down. It's going to knock you on your butt, as Marvina said, but if you can look up, you can get up. So I just encourage everyone to continue to believe in something. Believe in yourself. I love you guys, and thank you so much for joining us today. at the Guardians of Hope Summit. Thank you, thank you. And I pray that everyone has an amazing day. Thank you so much. Thank you, Virginia. Thank you, the rest of the hosts. Thank you guys so much. I really feel impacted today. Thank you.
Thank you, Janicia. Boy, you know, I could tell that you had a lot bottled up and you were waiting to get it out. And we needed to hear it. We needed to hear it all. So thank you, because we all matter. We all are enough. And this day, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank the Guardians of Hope for trusting me to host their event. Words can't express how I feel and the gratitude and just I'm humbled by your invitation. And I'm so glad that I accepted, because along with being a part of, I was poured into by each and every one of you. And this was an amazing day. God was really all in the mix today. I am filled. I am excited. My cup is overflowing. So I'm not going to waste the overflow. I'm going to go out and pour into somebody else's cup who may be half empty. That's what you do. You don't hold on to this stuff. That's robbery. We need to take this and we need to go pour into somebody else's cup. Because if our cup is overflowing, then it's wasted and flowing on the floor. So, you know, me and Maynard got on our good cologne. We're going to give a little bit to LaRon and Randall. The cologne of confidence, the cologne of hope, the cologne of courage, the cologne of purpose, the cologne of giving, the cologne of love. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This has been an amazing day. And just remember, when you think you can, you can. Bye for now.